Hi guys, welcome to Germany for round 10 of the Race Department GP2 series. And if from the qualifying results you can see I qualified 6th and we only had 8 drivers again this time. So another poor turnout, but in qualifying I qualified on the primes. It's actually one of my first actual qualifying laps around this track. So it's quite a tentative and safe lap. But onto the grid now, and we have Tio in front and Jort behind. And looking to get quite a good haul of points today. I felt quite confident in this track and my setup and times, but as the lights come out we're off, and gonna gamble from pole position doesn't move, and that's caused a bit of a backlog, but managed to make that into first. Everyone makes it through turn 1 alright, it looks like, although it looks like Jaw I think's just dropped back a bit. Whether we had a few troubles at the start I'm not too sure, but anyway, we're going through turn 2 now and still all clean, and I'm up to P5 from Dean not moving. But I've got Jay right behind me in the Caterham and his teammate LNC just in the front. Whereas Jay's having a look round the outside. Will he make it into the hairpin? And no, it looks like he's backed out of it, and probably wise, as in the first lap is often chaos. But again, we make it through the turn cleanly. And on to lap 2 now, and you see Tio and LNC fighting for P3. And I'm just behind, making quite close, and if there is a incident or a little mistake I'm going to be right there to pounce on it. But coming round the into turn 5, 6, not too sure, but anyway, LNC and Tio still fighting hard, and I'm just catching up now, getting the slipstream off of Tio and braking a bit too late for that corner and running wide and losing a big chunk of time, which didn't really need to happen. But as you can see just in front now, they've got I think it's McLaren. It's the Fusion HD. He makes another mistake and he's gone a bit sideways. I'm there to capitalise, and up to P4 now, and on to lap 4. Got a Fusion just behind me. He's got the DRS. He's going to go round the outside. Can he hold it? Pretty straightforward. Will he lock up or outbrake himself? Doesn't look like it, but look, oh, I got a bang from behind from Jay, I think, but you could see just a bit further on the hairpin, looked like Rob Noxious and someone else, I'm not sure who it was, made a bit of contact. Might have been Tio. But anyway, I'm up to P3 now, so that's all good. And now we've got Jay with the DRS on lap 5. I'm kind of squeezing him a bit, but he's made that past it quite easily and quite comfortably. But he brakes really early for hairpin. I think I tap him a little bit and he goes a bit straight on a bit. But I don't manage to take advantage of that and keep my P4, stay in P4. But Rob Noxious is just behind as well, and he's going to be there to capitalise on any mistakes that I make. But thankfully don't make any mistakes here, and still on the back of Jay. Although I ran a bit wide, Rob Noxious get a much better run out of that corner. Can he get a move done into this fast corner? He thinks better of it, which is probably just as well, although I do give him a bit of room. And that is me still in P4, thankfully. But I've got a DRS on J now on lap 7, running down to the hairpin. Can I outbrake him? I'm down the inside, braking in good time, and I've made that move stick and just forced J out wide a bit onto the curb. But he's still there, using a bit of curves, obviously, to come back at me. I've used the rest of mine, I think, but still can't make the move stick as I have a look around the outside. A bit of contact there, and I get a bit of oversteer and cut across the grass and slot back into P4. You see LNC's now in 5th, but he's a bit behind, about a second behind. And coming through the fast right hand, Jay runs into the gravel a little bit, but I don't get the best of runs through it, so I can't quite capitalise. But now on to lap 8, I couldn't quite make the most of it, but with the DRS and bang, LNC hits me up the back and pushes me straight on, and I'm down to 5th. Annoyingly, he didn't actually wait to give the position back, so I was a bit miffed about that. But I'm in P5 now. Rob Noxious is behind, and a little bit behind, but coming out of that corner I get a massive bit of oversteer and lose a load of time to LNC and Jay in front. But now on to lap 9, got Rob Noxious just behind with the DRS. He's sitting, putting it in the middle of the track, letting the other person decide where he wants to go. And Rob goes round the outside, under brake and he outbrakes himself, although I think I might have tapped him on a little bit. I'm not too sure, but I'm sorry if I did, Rob. But anyway, on to lap 11, coming up to turn 1. Coming into turn 1, bang, hit the annoying little bump in the road, and cue reaction.
Fuck!
Yep, so on to lap 14, coming into the first corner again. And again it happens. So still pretty pissed off about that. But on lap 18 now, running into the first corner again. And yet again, for the third time in about 5 or 6 laps, cue another reaction.
Are you fucking serious?
And I think it's pretty obvious that I'm not really too happy, but on lap 23 now, cutting the first corner by quite a bit, actually a bit debatable there, but running into the first corner, second corner even, I outbraked myself a bit, go straight on, but you see I've just gone quickest on lap 22, but now running down to the hairpin using half my KERS, and now braking into the hairpin, getting that pretty decently, running a bit wide maybe, a bit of understeer halfway through the corner, but using a bit more KERS to accelerate away from that hairpin, running down to the next corner, braking nicely, bit of understeer on the way in but not too much, I managed to make that alright and flat out through this section. Now running down into the arena section for a pretty much flat out right hander, just flicking down a gear there, and now running up to the tight left hander, braking at the the light board bit, and then running flat out through this. But CLNC's just gone quickest, and now running through the last corner flat out through that, using the rest of my KERS and across the line to go quickest, and that turned out to be the fastest lap of the races. That was pretty much all that happened in the rest of the race, so pretty disappointing result there in P6, but still it's 8 points, not going to complain. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm not sure if I'm racing this weekend at Hungary, but if not, we'll see you the week after for Spa.